welcome to the Mobility WOD, okay? So what this is it's going to be 2 times per week, and it's going to be our opportunity to learn and understand our body a little bit better, okay? This is our time to get a little bit more flexible, get a little bit more end range in our joint mobility, okay? This is our time to get rid of all those small aches and pains and to prevent any injury during exercise, okay? This is a very important part of fitness, and I'm going to be showing you little by little each different joint, each different part of the body, so you can really hone it and make it your own, okay? So we're starting today with the neck. If we've been at home for a while, we've probably been absorbed with some screens, right? We've been working from home, we've been watching TV, we don't have much else to do, so we're starting with that. Okay, so for the first thing we're going to do is just a few neck rolls and shoulder rolls, okay? So we always want to maintain good posture when we're doing this. So we're sitting up nice and tall, and we're just going to roll. We look over to the shoulder, and we roll from shoulder to shoulder with our chin. And we go right back down. Okay, let's get about 10 rolls there. Okay, next we're going to look straight on, and we're going ear to shoulder. We drop down, we feel a little bit of a stretch. If we want to aid in this stretch, we can take our hand and we can pull the head over just a little bit more. Okay, hold about 10 to 15 seconds. Get a nice stretch. If you want to look down at the ground, or if you want to look up to the ceiling, if that changes the stretch a little bit and one feels a little bit more intense or tight, maybe spend a little more time there, okay? And then you go to the other side here. See, this side's a little tighter for me, so I might want to spend a little more on this side, okay? I'm looking down, not as tight, a little tighter, right? So once again, I'm going to find this spot, I'm going to hang out there. Okay, for our next portion, we're going to kind of get some of these neck muscles going, right? So a lot of the time, this forward head posture happens when we're looking at the phone, looking at screens, and these muscles get really tight, okay? So I'm going to show you how to break up some of that tissue. Okay, so you're going to take your hand, we don't want to go on the throat, but to the sides of the neck, right? We want to start just rubbing gently down, right? So there's a muscle that connects from back here, kind of under your ear, all the way down to your chest, okay? Right to the sternum. So what we want to do is go along that line and just rub it down a little bit. You'd be surprised at how tight this can be and how loose you can feel after doing some of this, okay? We don't want to go too hard on the jugular, right? We kind of come a little bit behind it and then swoop forward, okay? So then what we can do is we can kind of pry to the side. So instead of going straight down, there's different fiber orientations, right? And there's different ways to get into that tissue. So maybe we just rub side to side here. Okay? And spend as much time as you need. You can always pause this video as you go. You feel like you're really tight on this. You're like, wow, I didn't realize how much pressure there was there. Take some time, pause the video, and work on it, okay? This is your time to learn this stuff and make it your own. Okay? From there now what we're going to do is we're going to look a little bit higher, so not straight up, right? But I want to look up a little bit, and then we're going to look up and back. So we should start feeling a little bit of a stretch right where we were working there. And just hang out, take some nice deep breaths. And then other side, so we look up and slightly back. Just a gentle pull through here. Big breaths. Okay, for our next portion, we're going to go to the back of the head, okay? So right here, we have our little bumps at the back of our skull down here, okay? We want to go just below that, right? Not directly on the spine, we're going a little bit to the sides, and we're pressing into these tight areas. Okay? Up and down. It should be pretty localized right at the base of the skull. Okay, so you just find those tense areas and you just work on it, right? We're relieving this tension. We're undoing some of the tightness due to exercise or not ideal posture. Okay, now we've got that loosened up a little bit. We're going to do a small stretch to aid in that. We're going to put the hands to the back of our head. We're going to tuck our chin, and we're going to pull our head back. We pull our head back as our hands pull forward. Okay, so we should be lengthening right here at the base of the skull. Once again, we pull our head back as we tuck our chin, and we pull our head forward. Remember, these are all pretty gentle stretches. Okay, should feel pretty good. Hang out there as long as you can. Once again, let's take the time to do this because it's so important. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.